My truck takes a crap on me. Probably leave out for Kansas tomorrow night. End up, my bride's gonna let me use her car. I don't know what I'm gonna do with a 300-pound deer in a Toyota Corolla, but cross that bridge when we get there, I guess. If I can do a 15-hour drive in a total of 19 or 20 hours, I can hang a lock on to be in a stand tomorrow afternoon. I feel like I'm gonna get diabetes. Set an alarm for 1 hour. About an hour away, every field I'm passing has got deer in it. It's 21 degrees in the middle of the day. If I can get to stand up and get in a tree, this might be a short trip. I'm over here in this corner. It looks like it's going to be everything I dreamed it would be last year when I was watching them big bucks run back and forth. There's like 10 scrapes right here. Even though this field, soybeans this year is still in between 2 big blocks of woods in this CRP, I'll kill a big buck right here. And then I got a couple other spots from last year, and the other field's corn this year. But right now I'm going to focus on finding me a tree right here. Some kind of giant acorn type deal. I don't know what the heck that is. I had to walk back to the car, get a couple more sticks. I don't know if I've mentioned this or not, but I hate a lock on. Well, the plan was to watch that cornfield this afternoon, but it took me so dang long to put that lock on up that I ain't gonna have time. I'm gonna go see if I can find a hotel or something, because 12 degrees is too cold to sleep in the car, and then I'm gonna go to Walmart and get everything I forgot or have broken since I got here. So I got checked into a hotel last night, and I was like, well, I'm gonna sleep for an hour, go to Walmart and get everything I need. I done tore up my gloves. You cannot hunt up here without gloves. So I'm gonna go to Walmart and get everything I need. Then go to sleep, get up at 4, hunt this morning. It was 9 degrees this morning, probably the best morning of the trip. Well, I'm just now waking up 13 hours later. It's about 8 o'clock. So I guess I'm gonna go down here and make them wish they charged extra for the complimentary breakfast and getting a tree this afternoon. I'll check out this cornfield, see what kind of sign it has. Well, I didn't see any scrapes and the ground's too dry to even look at tracks. So I'm gonna sit here and watch this 30-acre cornfield and just see if anything shows up in it. If nothing does, then I'm gonna hunt that pinch point probably pretty much every day. So we'll see. But I know last year in the evenings they were all out in the corn, so I just wanted to watch this. And there's old tracks that are dried in like all down this edge. So I got my bow with me. There's a little wood line behind me, so ain't no telling. Something might come out in front of me. My nipples are cutting through my shirt. Well, it's about 3:30. I haven't slept at all. I'm just gonna go ahead and get in the tree, I guess. Start heading that way. Probably no such thing as being in there too early. So this is, I mean, really, I've waited a year to sit in this spot. You know, I watched big bucks go back and forth all through there all last year, and didn't have permission. Well, now this year I do, and got a stand hung there. Even though it ain't in the perfect tree, I think these deer, they're always on the move, so I don't think I think I'll be able to get away with that tree. That's a good looking bug. Can't tell how big. He's running from me, rattling. Man, I don't know if he was already out there or if he was bedded down and stood up, but I rattled and then I looked down the CRP and I could see a body and I zoomed in on it and I could tell it was a decent buck. Probably, I mean, it looked to be at least 120, 130 from what I could tell, but
studding me. Dang it. He ain't big enough to come to snort wheeze, probably. You don't want to get beat to death. I can't tell how big he is, really. Dude. They're coming right out of that point. I might end up having to move. I'll watch them for another day and see. But if they do that tomorrow, that's where I'll be in the afternoon. Because they're coming right out of that point. That bug's still out there in that field.
It wasn't a bad first day. Saw 13 deer, which is kind of slow for here, but 3 out of 6 this afternoon were bucks. And I would say that 2 out of 3 were probably shooters. I'll be able to tell better when I blow it up on the computer and everything, but they were, all the bucks were 200-ish yards away, which is a lot better than last year when they were like 900. But the movement, even last year, the movement was way more concentrated on that little spot in the morning, and then the afternoon is kind of spread out. So I'm gonna hunt the same spot tomorrow, and you know, if I start noticing any kind of pattern in the afternoon, I ain't above hanging another stand. So that's kind of the game plan, but I'm pretty much just gonna stick to that spot. Biggest challenge is gonna be getting my dang bow ready and camera on them, because every deer that comes by is just moving. Boom! Oh, he's down. He can't tote that. He cannot tote that. He can't tote that. Boom! I just stuck a good one, son. Oh my God, my knees. Oh my God, I just stuck a big old Kansas buck. Oh my God, I'm shaking. Oh, Lord, thank you, Jesus. My knees are shaking so bad. I need to sit down. I'm pretty sure I just drilled him. I'm talking 5 yards. Come along this field edge, hitting these scrapes, and that was it, baby. Thank you, Jesus. Man, I've never... I mean, that could not have been more beautiful. I mean, this thing, the sun coming up, and I'm not really sure how big he is. I mean, I could tell he was big, and Joker had brow tines like this, and I heard it just... Oh, there's my arrow. Zoom in on it. It looked like it's covered in blood. A year ago, I sat 900 yards over there and watched big buck after big buck after big buck go back and forth down this edge. I said, if I can get permission to hunt that corner, I'll go over there and I'll kill a stud. Second morning, he gone. That joker is gone. I mean, he looks like he's probably my biggest deer ever. He's probably not that, you know, probably not the biggest deer ever killed in Kansas, but he's a dang stud for me. Booyah, baby. Taking it back to Georgia. Honestly, I might not even tell Alana I shot one and go to another state and try to kill something else. Dude, I was shaking like I thought I was gonna fall out of this damn tree, son.
How long did it take him to get in front of you?
Like 30 seconds. Like he's probably a 3-year-old because I saw him through sticks. I was like, oh, I got a doe coming. Well, then he stops and like puts his head up at this scrape, and I'm like, good God Almighty. Yeah, at like 30 yards. And so I'm freaking out, like trying to get the camera on him. I stand up, knock my camera arm to the side. Like, I'm like 15 feet in a bare tree, and like, he doesn't notice any of this because, you know, I'm in Kansas.
Because they don't look up.
Yeah, and so like, oh my God. So I get on him, get footage of him, like, coming to this scrape, and so like he walks along, he gets like 7 yards, and for some reason he like stops and starts like chewing on his bud or something, like turned his head. He might have just been hitting another licking branch. So I get drawn, and he goes to take off again, and like when them jokers take off, they're running. So I'm like, "Brah." He's like, well, how the heck is there a buck in that tree directly above me grunting? Better not look at him. Like, still looks off into the distance like I'm directly over him. I shoot, and he mule kicks and runs off, arrow covered in blood. I ain't even got down. I can see it at like 7 yards, stuck in the dirt, covered in blood. Bunch of white, bunch of fur knocked off. Blood. I'm gonna give him just a little bit more time, take some clothes off, and go look for him. You can see each bound the deer took. I don't know if it'll show on camera, but the ground's kicked up right there, kicked up right there, kicked up right there, and then each bound has blood. But I've never shot a deer that you could clearly see each spot where they jumped as they're running off. Being that close, I figured it exited the brisket, and that's what all that hair's from. Blood. He bleeding so good. Blood with fur in it. I think I see him up there. I think I see him. I think that might be a white-tailed deer laying right there. Get in the shade and see. Yep, that's a log. Guess we're back on the blood trail, folks. There's blood right here though, so it won't be hard. Just keep following it. He can't be far, he's bleeding good. See, he slowed down. Just like a line of blood. This was like just past where I could see him, but see, I knew it was a bad sign for him when he's at a dead run and I'm finding as much blood as I was. And then now that he's slowed down, it's just a line. So, I mean, there ain't no way that joker ain't smoked out, son. So, got to keep following this blood and see if we can find him. Dadgummit. Turn the loose. Dang it, let me go. Jumping. That's usually a pretty good sign. Big old bubble in it. Another big old bubble in it. This deer can't be far from here. Good night. He must have stood there for a minute. Now what? Oh, he went this way. And that joker was just dumping blood. Now I can't even find the next drop. Of course, it's always possible he doubled back. Here's the last blood. I'm gonna skip ahead on this trail. Maybe he went down it. Just jumped the buck up right there. Bedded down. I don't know if that was my buck or not. He looked bigger than mine. I just jumped the buck up. I don't know if it was my buck or just a buck. I guess I'll walk up to where he was and see if there's like a bloody bed right there or just a bed. I think that one was probably bigger than mine. I'm gonna go over there and look though. I'm pretty sure that was a different buck because I'm standing here at these beds. I think this is where he jumped up from and ain't no blood in it. Guess I'm going back to the last blood and keeping at it that way. Seeing that buck jump up made me wonder if it wasn't my buck. But thankfully it wasn't. Hard to wrap your head around having that kind of blood and then it just quitting. I figured out where he turned out through this dirt. I don't know how I missed it really. It's just he ain't bleeding as much, but figured out where he went. Actually kind of toward the direction of the buck I jumped, so I'm actually wondering if that was him and I just didn't find the right bed. Found more blood. It's so dry, the dirt is soaking up the blood. That's why I wasn't seeing it. Blood. He's still bleeding pretty good. It's just you can't see it because of the dirt. See, it's all in the dirt right here again. So he's going right toward where that buck I jumped was. Man, I hope I didn't jump him up. Dang it. Also, I was just standing right here. I don't know how I didn't see any blood. That's crazy. I'm gonna go see if I can find a bloody bed though. Because if it was him, he's already jumped, or it might have been another buck bedded down over here. That was him I jumped up. Dang it. Blood right here in a bed. I guess that was him I jumped up. Come up on a bed with blood in it. So I guess I'm gonna wait about 8 hours. The only thing that sucks is normally the time they bed down and all the blood about quits. So I'm about to sneak out of here and give them some time. Those coyotes were headed into the CRP straight downwind of my deer. I hope they don't find him and chase him to the next county. But they were straight downwind of that bloody bed. I mean, I've shot a deer and sat there and waited and had had coyotes find it that fast. I should have known to give that deer more time, being kind of straight down like that. Got to be a one longer. So that's just a rookie mistake that I've made before. I don't know. I mean, I guess just finding all that blood made me feel like I probably got him. But looking back, the last one I one lunged, I found a ton of blood, and me and my dad followed it for like 300 yards, and I was like, we need to just back out, call a dog. And so we backed out and called a dog. 8 hours later, dog gets there. We trail him, jump him up. Dog grabs him by the back leg and he fell over and died. But I mean, still 8 hours later, he was alive with one lung. So just gonna give it time, I reckon. Boom. Oh, he's down. He can't tote that. He cannot tote that. Oh, the irony. It's about 3 o'clock. I'm walking back in there now. So it's been like 8 hours since I shot him. I would probably just wait overnight. I would not jump them up, but these dang coyotes are so bad out here, I know they'll be done eating. So I'm just gonna ease along real slow. Maybe if he's alive, maybe just dig up on him and shoot him again or something. Walking back to where I found blood now. Just beds all out in here. Oh my God, look at that shit. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Look at that. That is a giant. Holy crap. Oh my God. Holy crap. I was just thinking there ain't no telling how many dang sheds are out here. Holy crap. I'm about to go look and see if pick up at like the last blood. Man. Wow. That is a giant. I don't think mine was quite that big. I'm gonna come out here next year and get me one that big. Look at that rub. Wow, what a freaking shed. I'm just gonna ease along. There's a beat down trail leaving this bed. Hopefully he probably picked up and started bleeding again. But I'm gonna just kind of maybe, if there ain't no blood on that trail, I'm gonna zigzag back and forth just see if I can pick up on a blood trail. If that don't work, I'll probably just head he's probably went along that finger of woods there. They love these fingers, but if that don't work, then I'll get out the drone and see if I can find him that way. Here's another bloody bed. So here's another bloody bed. He went like 20 yards and bedded down again. That's kind of unusual. It was right here along this trail. He might have got up when he first heard me coming and then wasn't feeling good, so he tried to lay back down. Which, if he did that, and bedding down twice that close, to me that's a good sign that he's pretty hurt, but could be wrong. But here's actually a third bed with blood in it. This deer bedded down, got up, and bedded down, and got up, and bedded down again. But that gives me another option for maybe finding a blood trail. I haven't found any more blood past the bed. I'm just kind of walking out the way he went. I'll do this for a little bit, then I'll go back and hands and knees, try to find some blood. I just watched the video of jumping him up. It looks like he ran through the middle of this finger, so I'm gonna I'm gonna walk out that way and see what I see. You would think the blood would open back up, because it looks like I got a long butt. It exited the brisket. So if a bunch of blood, you know, got on that thick brisket fur and dried up, it might not open back up. I don't know. This right here looked like somewhere a deer would get down in bed. I think there's an outfitter in this county. I'm gonna get in touch with him and see if he might know somebody with a dog. Well, the law in Kansas is you can, if you shoot a deer, you can go get it. If it's not posted, have purple posts, or you don't get kicked out. So the guys who lease this land, my deer ran onto, just come out here and kick me out. So I'm gonna go talk to the actual owner and see if I can get permission from him, but if I can't, I'm just SOL. I was smart enough to hide my shed, but I didn't find it though. So I'm keeping it and making sure I'm leaving. Freaking douchebags. I'm about to go talk to the owner. I couldn't imagine wanting somebody to shoot a deer and it just die and not it get recovered, but that's what these freaking douchebags want apparently. Dang actual owner isn't home. My farmer says he ain't seen his car there in a long time, like he might have went somewhere. So I guess I'm just screwed. I don't know, man. It's just something else. Breaks my heart, really. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that deer's dead. Unless the coyotes chased him off, but...
Get him, boy, get him.
So my landowner had helped me come and try to hunt down the owner of that other land and talk to him. And anyway, while talking to him, I ended up getting 160 more acres. He told me he had a quarter at his hay barn. You know, I'm thinking, okay, a quarter of an acre, like, I ain't even gonna fool with that. Well, come to find out, up here, a quarter is 160 acres. So, I guess like a quarter of a square mile. So, I'm gonna be checking that out tomorrow afternoon for sure. So anyway, that's one good thing that come of this, I guess. So, still just breaks my heart.